Did you know why Putin, the president of Russia, is always silent? And why almost no one, even Trump, the president of the United States, seems willing to go to war with him? Why the world's richest men are never active on social media? Well, it's because of one secret. And here's the crazy part. It's a secret you already know, but you've been neglecting it. And that goal you set this year, this one thing might be why it still hasn't happened. Why some people become mysteriously successful, while others keep struggling. And it's been shaping your life without you even realizing it. It's something the richest men in the world have known and hidden. They've used it to manipulate both me and you for years. But today that ends. Now, you might be wondering, what is this secret? What is this mysterious force? Well, it's something we've all heard of, but few of us have truly used: silence. Throughout history, those who achieved the impossible, from Julius Caesar to Napoleon, from Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos, all used the power of silence to win. But how? If you can give me just 10 minutes of your time, I'll prove to you exactly how these men use silence to manipulate everyone around them, including you and me, and how now you'll use it to flip the game and take control, and also use it to manipulate people around you too. Come closer. Let me show you. Let me tell you a truth nobody warned you about. Every time you open your mouth, you give away power. And I get it. You think talking shows confidence, that if you say more, explain more, maybe people will understand you better. Maybe they'll respect you. But that's not how power works. Not in the real world. Every word you speak is a breadcrumb, leading straight to your fears, your insecurities, your plans. And those crumbs? They're exactly what manipulators follow to get inside your head. Now here's the twist. The people you admire most, the ones who dominate quietly from behind the scenes, they know this. They live by it. Putin doesn't run his mouth, but nations hesitate. Elon Musk didn't announce Starlink in a press tour. One day, boom, it was just there, fully operational. Julius Caesar didn't leak his plans to cross the Rubicon. He acted, and by the time Rome noticed, it was too late. Even today's richest men barely say a thing online, but they drop bombs while the world's still asleep. That's not coincidence. That's strategy. And here's what it means for you. Every time you overshare, whether it's your dreams, your next move, or your emotions, you're not just talking. You're handing people the blueprint to stop you. Now imagine this instead. You're in a room. Everyone's talking, oversharing, posturing. And you sit quietly. You watch. You listen. You let them expose their entire playbook. While you hold yours close, suddenly you become the one no one can read. You become the one they fear, because silence isn't weakness. It's armor. It's strategy. It's power. Talk less, win more. But now let's get deeper, because the reason talking weakens you, Machiavelli figured it out 500 years ago. And it's not what you think. Men judge more by the eye than by the hand. In simpler terms, people don't care what's real. They care what seems real. And when you talk too much, you give them too much to judge. You give them flaws to twist, weaknesses to exaggerate. You become their narrative. But stay silent, you become whatever they fear. Their imagination fills the silence. And now you control the story. You've just weaponized mystery. Want to know the one thing talking always ruins? It's worse than your reputation, worse than your credibility. It ruins your leverage. Every word you say is a gift to your rivals. And not the kind you want to give. You say something casual, they analyze it. You explain your plan, they mirror it or block it. You reveal what annoys you, They'll press that button when it benefits them. You think you're connecting, but you're leaking ammo. You talk too much, you're begging to be controlled. And here's the punchline. People don't attack mystery. They attack predictability. And when they know what you're going to do next, you've already lost. Because in the game of power, predictability is death. Think you're safe because you're just sharing online? Nope. You're falling into a trap Machiavelli warned about centuries ago. Posted your big idea online? Congrats, you just gave your competition a head start. Modern culture sold you the myth that vulnerability equals strength. Be authentic. Speak your truth. Share your journey. And while you're doing that, someone quieter is watching, taking notes, moving in silence, and beating you to the finish line. If the secret is already opening your eyes to something, then smash that subscribe button right now. Because this is just a crack in the surface. We go way deeper here. Now let me tell you a bigger secret. Authenticity doesn't equal power. In fact, when done wrong, it's just strategic malpractice. The more you say, the less they fear you. But when you say less, they start to wonder. That's when power begins. If talking's this dangerous, how did history's greatest winners use silence to dominate? Caesar didn't warn Rome, he shocked them. Want to shock your doubters too? He didn't hold a press conference, didn't raise awareness. He crossed the Rubicon with his army and made it irreversible. No warnings, no explanations, just one bold move that changed history before anyone could react. That's the power of silence. It denies your enemies the time to prepare. In your life, that's launching before they can laugh. That's switching paths without begging for permission. That's doing it while they're still debating if they should. You don't need approval to act. You need guts, because when they see results instead of announcements, they stop talking. Caesar's silence won a city, but another legend used it to terrify an entire empire. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan didn't conquer with brute force alone. He conquered with confusion. His genius wasn't just in riding fast. It was in making people believe he could appear anywhere at any time. Armies froze up just trying to guess where he was. And while they hesitated, he attacked. He spread rumors, faked retreats, sent false scouts. He weaponized silence by making people paranoid. You know what that looks like today? It's when you don't announce what you're building. When your silence makes people assume you're working on something bigger than you actually are. When they fear the move you haven't made yet. When they're guessing you're winning. One more man didn't just deceive armies. He rewrote the rules of war through silence. Napoleon moved where no one dared. How? He let his enemies guess wrong. His strategy was simple. Don't give them time to think. Don't give them patterns to follow. He marched his armies through frozen terrain they thought was impossible. Then he struck from directions no one thought he'd risk. And by the time they even realized what was happening, he was already behind them. That's what silence gives you: speed. You don't waste energy defending your ideas. You don't delay execution explaining yourself to doubters. You act. You win. And they're left reading the map upside down. These legends mastered silence. But now the real question is, how do you use it right now to dominate today? Today, I want you to start moving in silence and take everything they thought belonged to them. This is the silence that studies, that observes, that hunts. It's when you say nothing and watch everyone else spill their entire strategy trying to impress the room. While they talk, you listen. While they flex, you gather intel. While they show off, you sharpen your blade. Let them reveal their cards. You're not here to play fair, you're here to win. In meetings, stay quiet. Let the loud ones reveal who's insecure, who's bluffing, who's desperate. And when the room starts turning, say one sentence, drop one insight, and steal the show without ever raising your voice. Silence isn't empty. It's your sharpest blade. One sentence can silence a room if you know when to shut up. This is the silence of the true leader, not the guy who talks over everyone, not the one who explains his every move. It's the one who sits still until it matters, and then speaks with precision, like a sniper, not a machine gun. Because here's the secret: leaders don't justify, they declare. Every time you over-explain yourself, you leak power. Every time you defend your decisions, you lower your value. Want to know why the CEO talks less than the intern? Because the CEO doesn't need your approval. That's the game. Power isn't in what you say, it's in what you leave unsaid. Do you know your silence could make people fear what you're planning? This is the silence that haunts people. The kind that leaves them wondering what you're thinking, what you're planning, what you're capable of. Because when you're quiet, people start making things up. And guess what? Their imagination is far more terrifying than your truth. This is what Machiavelli mastered. Not hiding everything, just revealing exactly enough to confuse, provoke, and stay ahead. That's called selective disclosure. And if you're smart, you'll start using it immediately. Mystery isn't a weakness, it's intimidation. And the less they know about you, the more power you hold over them. Silence isn't just avoidance. It's your secret weapon. If you know how to strike, you've got the tactics now. You've seen the power of silence in war, in business, in life. Now, I want you to know this now. Real power isn't just what you do. It's who you become when you no longer need to be seen to win. Power doesn't belong to the noisy. It belongs to the unreadable, to the one who doesn't explain, doesn't predict, doesn't announce. It belongs to the invisible operator, the quiet architect behind the throne, the one who lets others talk while they take control. Say less, move smart, let your results make the noise. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Translation: don't tie your future to things you said just to be liked. Say nothing so your path stays fluid, so your moves can't be traced, so your enemies stay guessing. Power belongs to the quiet. Victory belongs to the unseen. And history belongs to those who know when to speak and when to disappear. That's the difference between the admired and the feared, between those who want to be understood and those who don't need to be. Weak men want to be understood. Strong men want to be feared. So now the question is simple. Are you ready to become the kind of person who doesn't need attention to dominate? If you're ready to master the one discipline that separates the rulers from the ruled, then do just 3 things to prove you're truly ready to take over. Comment right now. I move in silence. I strike with results. Say it out loud as you type it. Then immediately smash that subscribe button. Like this video. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And remember, silence isn't just avoidance. It's your secret weapon, if you know how to strike. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.